happy Sunday. It's like 5:30 a.m. on my day off. Why am I awake at 5:30 a.m. on my day off? Well, no offense to you guys, but it sure as heck was not to film this video. No, my dogs went absolutely bananas at like 3:45. And if you've ever heard a Great Dane bark out of anger, it will make you jump up. And of course, then, they went a little nuts. So, my husband jumped up. I sat in the bed, but was up, heart pounding, everything. Alex woke up. And it was, nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. Sorry, the cat's throwing something around the kitchen because the cat's awake. And I'm one of those people, I get up every day between 6 and 6:30 anyway, because most of the time I'm going to work. When overtime season hits, I work almost every day, if not every day. And my body clock is 6:30. Anyway, my husband's alarm goes off for his thyroid medication at 6:30 in the morning because he can't have anything 4 hours before or 4 hours after. So 6:30 kind of works for him. So that goes off anyway. And that's like the latest I wake up at 6:30. But I usually will lay around on the bed, wake up, watch YouTube, scroll through Facebook. Not this morning. After the barking, then the little Jack Russell had to go out, and then the cat started bouncing. Then they had the bird talking, and she does not like to be woke up before the sun's up, so she was cussing up a storm. Yeah, we got her as a rescue, and she drops the F-bomb quite frequently when she's mad. Telling the dogs to shut up. But, yeah, so, but, you get that, why are they barking at... My dogs only bark when somebody's at the door. They don't bark just because they feel like it. So, you jump up and you're like, what the heck? And it was nothing. My husband opened the door, looked outside, nothing. Not even the raccoons, nothing. I don't know what they were doing. But now, if you look here next to me on the couch, somebody, I don't know if you can see him. Can you see him? Probably not. I don't even know. Anyway, the Great Dane's curled up in a ball next to me on the couch. Yes, I'm using a selfie stick, which is weird. And I'm sitting on the couch. We had the kids we babysat overnight for extra money, but it was one of the mom's birthdays, and well, not overnight, late till I say late, it was like midnight. That's late for me. I was sleeping when she came. Chloe and Michael finished it off. But it was her birthday, and she hadn't been out. She breastfeeds, and she was pregnant. She was like, I just, they want to take me out. I'm like, go, we've got the baby, go, do your thing. So, but my coffee table's in the kitchen because we put the pack and play in the living room, and I'm just looking at my house. I've got boxes everywhere. My OCD for my house is once I'm done with this video, I'm gonna probably have to start scrubbing my house because it's gonna drive me bananas. I used to be really bad before I had kids. Like, my everything was in its place. You don't touch it, you don't move it, you don't this, you don't that. My sink was always clean. Then I had kids. Then I had 5 children within 5 years. At one point, I used to tell people, I've got 5 kids, 5 and under. Ha! My house was not clean. I gave up. But now that they're older and my youngest is 11, I'm starting to get back on that. I can feel it, and they drive me bananas when things aren't in their place. But anyway, that's just a rant. And I'm just ranting because it's 5:30 in the freaking morning on a Sunday. But, yeah, this is just the chit chatter. I really, this week, went a lot better. As far as my mood, for obvious reasons, my stress level has come down. Um, at work, I had, work was work is work. I mean, I get yelled at on a daily basis, but that's okay. That's fine. Couple of the things that we had, I got wrote up for something really stupid, like about 6 weeks ago when it was a system issue. It wasn't a me issue, but the write up still stands because that's how they are in call centers. It doesn't matter. So you really I have to be like on my perfect P's and Q's, document everything if the system acts up and stuff. You think everybody's having system issues and it's not just you. It's noted in the system. They all know this. However, I didn't document it because I figured they knew. I had no proof I was having system issues. But I was having system issues. But whatever. So, I was really happy, and I know this sounds bad. You get those surveys at the end of the, of a customer service call, whether it be tech support, whatever. I hate those surveys as far as like doing them. I'm just like, ugh. Unless the person was extremely exceptional in customer service, I mean, like over the top, which is really hard for me to even think about because I know all the steps they want you to hit in customer service on the phone. So when I hear the advisor, I know it's fake. I know they're not wanting to say what they're saying, I guess. And I'm like, whatever. I know you just have to say this. But anyway, regardless, basically I got wrote up for something stupid for like writing notes on cases. My percentage of notes on cases versus my good surveys looked like I was faking surveys, which obviously I was watched and they watched me and they're like, no, she's not faking surveys, but the system wasn't catching the fact that I actually wrote the note down. So with that being said, I was watched without my knowledge and I had no idea, and they came back and said, no, she's doing her job, she's doing what she's doing, because I had all green, great surveys. I got a bad one this week. It wasn't me personally, it was the product that they were mad about, but that even comes back on the representative that you're speaking with. So just know that if you're mad about the product in your survey and you're not mad at how the customer service representative handled it, like, because they can only do what their job allows them to do. State in the survey that, the representative was great, this and that and that and this, but I think your product sucks. That's fine. I think that you don't allow this, but they did their job. That's great. Because it'll still get marked as a negative towards them, but when it gets read by upper management, then, the advisor won't get in trouble, basically. And that's how this one went, and I was okay with that. But it was read, and I was so happy. I was like, yes! Somebody said said that they gave me a bad survey. That obviously means that I was logging cases that were going through. That I know that sounds stupid, but I was so happy because I don't get bad remarks. I do my job for the most part. Even if the customer 9 times out of 10 is not happy with the product, I can make them happy enough to write a good survey. I can 9 times out of 10 fix it, or give them a solution to fix it. So I was ecstatic about that, and that kind of, but it was almost like I was showing it off, and my supervisor was laughing. She was like, seriously, you're happy? I'm like, well, yeah, because that just doesn't show that I was doing this and this and this. And she was like, whatever, we didn't think that, but that's how it looked on paper. And I'm like, yeah, well, it still pissed me off that week. But anyway, I'm moving forward. So my work was okay this week, because work is work. We had both kids all week. Moving plans, no, I don't have a house yet. I have to find one. I'm looking. I'm not out pounding the pavement. I know the minute I do, I'll have something. It, so, every time I've done that, I've walked in and I've had a house in a day. I can have the keys by the end of the week, that type of thing. So, financially for that, it's better. I know with paying bills here, I can save up for the rest. And I know I'll have, first, last, and security. And so, which is great. We're definitely looking for as cheap as we can get. Because we want to save up for a house. I don't care if it's another trailer. I just want it to be sealed. As far as AC, that type of thing. I want them to accept my dog. And I have 3 bedrooms. And the floor not fall through, so Chloe doesn't fall through the floor. That would be great. That's kind of all I'm looking for. It is, I don't really want it much smaller than this because we have so many people, but it is what it is. We're just doing what we can to then get through baby step 3B, save for a down payment for a house, and in the meantime fix my credit, be done with it, so I can move on and be stress-free. Yay! God, I am really, really rambling, and it's 11 minutes. Another thing that I kind of wanted to touch base on, it's not, it didn't happen to me or my intermediate family. My ex-husband lives in St. Louis, and last weekend, or maybe it was Sunday night to Monday, I don't even remember the exact date, he went and picked up his new wife from work. She picked up a nighttime bartending shift at a pizza place. And he left his 2 kids from marriage after me, that's already been divorced, but marriage after myself, to in the house asleep. One was 14, one is 8, I think. And which, thank God, he left them in the house. But, and they know he just went up the street to pick her up at like 2 a.m. So, they already knew the plan and whatnot. And he got back home, was parking his car. An SUV pulled up behind him, lights off. He got out of the car, and he lives in the city of St. Louis, so it was a parallel park in front of the house, in a good neighborhood. He got out of the car. 3 guys with guns jumped out of that SUV. Mugged, robbed him. Beat him. Whole side of his face, black and blue. Bruised badly. He was pretty sore. They knocked him on the ground. They hit him in the back of the head. He shaves his head. He's bald, so he was on the ground. Didn't hurt his wife, thank God. Took her purse, took all the tips she made that night, obviously, because it was cash. Took his wallet, took their keys. His nose was bleeding for days afterwards, like on and off and on and off. Doctor said he was fine. But it was scary, to say the least. And, he didn't think about it. He parked his car and got out. He didn't see the car behind him come up. It was a black SUV with the lights off. It was in the dark. Neighbor's surveillance camera caught it all, but it was a surveillance on the top of the house looking down, so you couldn't really see, you couldn't see the people's faces. It scared me, and all I saw was the video. He was on the ground crawling away. You could see blood coming out, and I don't know, I guess the moral of that is just be aware of your surroundings. Seriously, when you get out of a car at night. It doesn't matter what kind of neighborhood you're in. It doesn't matter if you're in your garage. Look around, be aware. Stop, give people a second. And the financial, and this is kind of where I was going with it, the financial repercussions of that was they took their keys, both sets, hers and his. They took, obviously, all the cash. With hitting him in the face, they broke his glasses, which he always has been blind as a bat. So they are polymer and something. They were $900 to replace. Obviously they had to rekey their whole house. And he lived in the historical district, so it's like 8 locks he had to change or get rekeyed. And they took both sets of their keys, so they had to have their cars rekeyed. And the keyless entry, the fob things, I don't know, extremely expensive to get replaced. Very, very expensive. He was freaking out. I mean, he works with the city, like in the parks and stuff up there, and he, he's into music, so he does like a lot of music nights at local clubs, and they did, they all helped him out and whatever. But the fact that he started, not only if something like that, you don't think about it, something like that happens to you, you think, oh my God, thank God you're alive, and really thank God he was alive. But the other end of it, they might have got off with her $150 she made in tips. His wallet, he had to change his driver's license, call Social Security, all of his debit cards, bank stuff. He had to, go cancel all that instantly. But then he also had to pay out to have his house rekeyed and his car rekeyed. And he was like, oh, I'm just going to get a new keyless entry and put a club on her steering wheel. And I'm like, are you freaking stupid? A club. I'm like, it can't, no. You can't do that to her car. But I don't know. So, just be aware of your surroundings, please. Please, it makes you think, I mean, honest to God, he just parked his car. You can see it on the security camera. He had to parallel park in. Car pulled up behind him. 3 guys came out and just beat him. And all you can hear is, go, 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 go. You couldn't even hear. And then his wife, God love her, after he's on the ground, she starts chasing them with her cell phone, trying to get pictures of the license plate down the street. I'm like, of course. I said, are you freaking stupid? But on the other hand, it was the right thing. And then on the other hand, she didn't get a good picture because she was shaking and nervous. It was all blurry, and it didn't do him any good. However, they had a palm print on the front of her car that they got, and they caught one of the guys. However, they were let go because that palm print could have been put anywhere. But he was a known criminal in the area. Go figure. Anyway, besides the point, I'm rambling on that. But, just be aware of your surroundings. And just be aware, of how much things, that's almost, I mean, not that you want to have it, but again, that he started to panic. He didn't have the money to rekey his house. So definitely, he didn't have an emergency fund. And to me, that would have been an emergency fund, but $1,000 wouldn't have covered that. So sinking fund, possibly, let me think. I want to be able to rekey my house if I get robbed. Who thinks of a sinking fund like that? Emergency fund. Yeah, obviously emergency fund would cover that. But again, $1,000 would have covered his glasses, not rekeying 8 locks in his car locks with keyless entries. So, but is it a sinking fund that you do that might never ever happen to you? That's a once in a chance, or do you have an extra sinking? That is just really weird, because I don't know how I would think about that. You want to plan for something bad to happen like that just so you're covered, but you don't want to plan for something bad like that, because is it really going to happen to you? Never would have thought it would have happened to him. But sorry, my dog's running around like a nutcase. But yeah, I think I'm at 20 minutes now, and I've done nothing but ramble because I have had no coffee yet today. So this is my morning thoughts and my morning ramblings and my coffee chitter chatter thing on a Sunday morning when it's still dark outside. And yeah, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna clean up my house some and probably sit better to do my budget video, but that'll be up tomorrow. And I've got which I did make a little mistake though. Nothing crazy, and it's fixable, but I can't believe I did that. But anyway, so I'm gonna do that video, and then I'm going to I have to take the girls, to a skating party today. They were invited to a skating party, so we have to go for that. And then I need to pack tomorrow. My husband has a doctor's appointment. So that's, and his doctor's appointment's an hour away. So I do not work tomorrow. So, and if we have if I run out of time for like all the packing I had to do today, I'll finish it up tomorrow. But yeah, because I forgot when I made my little moving list that they had a birthday party today. So I've got to go that, and I'm not leaving them. My daughter's 15. I can totally, I'd rather her walk through Walmart, and I can trust that, than go to a roller skating rink without me there. I might be a little messed up in the head, I don't know, or protective or something. But yeah. So, all right, I'm going to end this now because I haven't shut up and I keep rambling. And, yep, good morning. Have a good week. And I will see you with my budget Monday. Bye.